Where the hell are we? Let me find my next clip. I actually have two clips of our, I'm ready to catch hell for this. Because I didn't think there was ever going to be a time where you and this dude actually agreed.
I told you, I've been telling you for 2 years this dude was a moderate Republican. And now that he's not president, he can come out and reveal himself.
Oh, for sure.
He's actually more to the right than I am. And if y'all watch this channel, y'all know I'm a little right of center depending on the issues. And y'all know what things I'm a little left of center on. But Barry just smooth came out and says, shut up about defunding police, quit complaining, quit crying, get out. He told you to pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah, let's get into it.
He dang near told you. Is that not a right-wing talking point?
All right.
Anyway,
where are we?
I'm gonna let my man's roll the clip so we'll discuss it.
All right. Welcome to another episode of the Identity Booth. And for all the live viewers, you guys are wondering why am I repeating myself? Because these come out in segments. Stop asking me these damn questions in the chat.
Yes.
No, but seriously, it's me, your boy Heero, and I got my boy E.T. Facts. Eric, thanks for joining us. We got content here every day. It's something we're proud to say. But today we're talking about our great president from the past. But before we get into that, these are
his words, not mine. I ain't calling.
They're clearly my words. I only speak for Eric after a disclaimer or before a disclaimer. But if you want to catch us, you catch us on YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, Anchor, everywhere. All those little links down there, they actually work. Click on them, get to them. Caleb was our last donator. $30, we appreciate it. PayPal's refused to give it to us, but we don't care. We got 224 identifiers. We had Gretchen, the 6'5" violinist, come through.
Shout out.
And subscribe on the channel. We appreciate that. And Keisha, 3-time booth boss, but the previous booth boss is in the building now and kicking up dust. So we'll see how this ends.
Brock's here too. We got Brock in the building.
Brock, I haven't seen Brock's name. I changed up the font so it moves a little bit faster. But I saw Brock's first comment. But shout out to the 8 people watching with us right now. You guys make this possible, so we appreciate it anytime we go live and you guys are talking to us. 8 people are watching right now. I would love it if all of you guys just stop what you're doing, hit the like button, and share this. Just real quick, take 30 seconds. Let's look at each other. Let's talk about it. We can sit here in silence, but just take this time as you're hearing these voices, hit the like button, share this on whatever platform you're on, and let's just, continue to share this information. 68% of the people who watch these things are subscribed to the channel, so it's further proof to me that I got to get you guys to subscribe. But other than that,
let's get to the clips.
So what we're talking about... What we're talking about is Barry, my boy Obama. He recently came out and said some things that I found a little bit unsavory because he's speaking on stuff that he doesn't understand or chooses not to. No, he understands, but he chooses not to understand.
No, he understands.
Absolutely.
And he's not choosing.
What does that sound?
Oh. I'm sorry, that's TikTok. I don't know what that happened. I was trying to get us on TikTok, but listen,
you got a TikTok account?
Bro, I did. Shout out to Brock. I had a conversation with him last night, and then I was like, you know what? Damn it, I'm gonna just sign up for TikTok.
Damn, maybe I need to start a TikTok because if Eric has one, then I definitely need to have one.
Yeah, bro, because I'm never on this joint.
That's crazy. But basically, a little bit of context is after the election, a lot of the moderate Democrats have now decided to go back into shilling for the donors and making their necessary statements to basically their victory lap, which is rightfully so, without acknowledging any of the youth potential vote or the majority of black votes and the black women that helped them get to this point. But we're now hitting a point in a stride where we have this lovely senator, Cori Bush, who won her election off of running for defund the police, and her platform is something serious. And I feel like people really need to pay respect and homage to her platform. Out of the 100, there's literally 113 Democrats who ran on Medicare for All and defunding the police, and all 113 of them won. For every Democrat that didn't win, we saw a lot of these seats in the House disappear, Eric. That was what we saw on election night. These were people, old guard, who didn't run on healthcare for all and this. So now Barry has stepped into the spotlight and he's talking about it. So we're going to play this clip and then we're going to talk about it. Did you have something you want to throw in the mix?
Nah, let's just run the clip, bro.
All right, let's see what Barry does.
I guess you can use a snappy slogan like defund the police, but you know you've lost a big audience the minute you say it, which makes it a lot less likely that you're actually going to get the changes you want done.
So that's one part.
You can pause.
Yes.
Pause. Pause, please.
Already paused.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was listening on the stream. But yeah, no. So when he says snappy slogan, a lot of people got triggered by that. But it is a snappy slogan. He's not wrong. And again, this is the people got in their feelings, but think about who it is that's talking to you. This is Barry. This is 2-time heavyweight champ of the world. Coming to you and showing you that's what he do. Anyway, that's what I do.
That's a good impression. That's a really good impression, though.
Yeah, all right. So I'm doing it in my Barack Obama voice.
Thank you, Michelle.
Michelle, guys, so you can use a snappy slogan like defund the police, but you're not. Anyway, he's right. Where you're not going to get what you want doing things that way. And this is a corporatist telling you peons that if you do things this way, you will not get what you want. And the reason why he's correct, because today a story just so happened to come out about Minneapolis. Carjackings was not even a reported crime statistic that the Minneapolis police have ever tracked. Now they have to, because carjackings are up 537%. This is what happens when you...
Go ahead.
This is what happens when you start getting your way. The people who actually need the protection, and who needs the protection? The poor and underserved actually need the protection. Now, am I out here advocating for police? No. Eric thinks most police are trash. Is it their fault? No, it's not. It's the government, the local government, and the municipality in which the agency resides that gives them poor and inadequate training. So I like what Keisha said. She said he's so needy. Barack Obama is an attention whore. Let's just throw that out there. Can we agree on that?
I mean, definitely. He's the face of the Democratic Party. He is the golden child of the Democratic Party. Everybody
likes him. Joe Biden will probably get inaugurated on January 20th. I'm 95% sure of that. But everybody still thinks Barack Obama's the president of the United States. It's like they skipped this 4 years of Trump, and they just have the majority of people been holding on to Obama as their president.
So let me get into why he's wrong, why I think Barry's wrong on this. Because once again, the stats play themselves out in this election better than we've ever seen them. People who ran on defunding the police and Medicare for all won their races. Another thing that we have to really pay attention to is Barack says snappy slogans don't work. The fact is, Barack, your slogan was snappy and worked. Change. And he played it to the death of us.
You sound like Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore literally said that same
thing. But and this is, I can't believe I'm agreeing with Jimmy Dore. But it's the fact is he's trying to condemn something that he knows works, because he knows it works, and he gets paid by these corporatists to keep people like them in check. The stat about the 537% increase in carjacking is interesting, because the similar stat was spewed out when they started tracking police-related killings before they started tracking them with the FBI. Of course, the first number is going to be the highest number because you have nothing to compare it to.
The first cut is the deepest.
Yeah. So, and you want to know why they started tracking those numbers? Because it started happening to rich people. Rich people's cars started disappearing off the street. And it's that. But we also know that places where defund the police has happened is not the scary boogeyman shit is. If you took away $1 billion from the biggest police department, which is the New York City Police Department.
You sound like that black guy in Syracuse.
They still have over $15 billion to play with. Something that there's something that they've lackadaisically increased for no reason. So I really want like Obama to understand two things. One, shut the hell up, bro.
Wow.
Like, just get out of the fucking way. Because if we don't win the Senate in Georgia because of fuck shit like that, then this whole plan is for naught. Like, we don't need their help anymore. We don't, like, Barry,
we don't need whose help. And the Democratic Party absolutely
the old guard needs his help, but the new guard does not.
The new guard bends the knee. They bend the knee. They submit to the will of Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi.
No, they do not. You're literally seeing
the CARES Act is proof enough. They voted for it.
Okay, yeah,
they voted for it because
don't we want that?
They voted for it. The largest upward transfer of wealth in the entire history of this country.
No, they voted for the ACA.
$5 trillion.
That was clearly a trade-off. You're not being fair if you're not acknowledging that it's a trade-off.
So $5 trillion to rich oligarchs and $1,200 apiece to regular folks is a fair trade.
We did it for the healthcare.
We didn't get any healthcare. $1,200 check.
We literally had it until 4 years ago when Trump's administration was destroyed. But we're chasing the rabbit because it's not about Trump or the healthcare.
No, but we're talking about Barry. And okay. Barry is definitely needed for the Democratic Party. If he was not, he would be chilling. Where was he 3 years ago?
No, he's needed for the moderates. He's not here for me.
He's here for the okay. Well, let's talk about the moderate Democrats for a second. Okay. I just said earlier that Barack Obama says out of his own mouth. We don't have to play the video, but Barry said if this was 1980s, I would be considered a Reagan Republican. Wait a minute. He's a moderate Republican. Joe Biden is a moderate Republican. Donald Trump is more to the left than Joe Biden.
You sound ridiculous saying that, Eric. You're literally talking about a guy who tried to end healthcare for all, the Obamacare. Like, seriously, Eric? This is a dude.
Yes, he did. He definitely tried to gut Obamacare, but you know why? Because Obamacare is not affordable. It's not affordable.
Of course it's not affordable when your whole entire plan is to destroy it.
No, you mean to tell me if there was before Trump, I don't want to get off.
I mean, before Trump, it was Mitch McConnell dealing with it. Like, Mitch McConnell's not the president. Trump now, the person who literally banned people from coming to this country.
There's
nothing liberal about that. There's nothing leftist about that.
Oh, about protecting your borders?
Call it what it is, because if you want to protect your borders, the best way to do it is through proper litigation and understanding.
No, it's not. The way you protect your borders is by closing them.
Yeah, that's also okay. So that's an isolation. That's an isolationist idea,
and that's what we should be doing.
Which is not a thing. All I'm saying is you can believe that,
but I'm just isolationism. Actually is a far left thing.
No, it is not. No, it is
not. Yes, it is.
You have been Eric. Literally sharing your wealth and knowledge is part of being on the left. That is something we try to do. Okay,
cool. I'm gonna give you an example. Let me show you how far left the rest of the world is. Let's talk about China. Is the Chinese government, does it operate on leftist ideals or right-wing ideals?
It's a dictatorship.
So communism is on what end of the spectrum? The left side or the right side?
Wait, so you're equating the
I'm
rumors?
I'm asking you. No,
what you're trying to do is
you don't know what I'm
something,
trying to do.
But it's not.
I am not. I'm asking you.
But what I'm saying is that is a dictatorship.
Just answer my question.
That is a dictatorship that
I just need you to answer the question so that I can make the point.
I am answering your question. Are you listening?
No.
That is a dictatorship that forces
you're not
their people
answering my question.
to conform
I
to a
asked
form
you,
of
is communism, the specific question was, is communism far left or far right? Simple answer.
Far
Two
left.
words. Okay. The reason why I asked you that question is because look at a country like China. How does it
China
operate?
China is not a liberal place. Communism is a system of their disease. They use it and corrupt it to their benefit. You can't use those two ideas in the same sentence.
No, I completely agree with what you're saying, and I'm glad that you said that. Now I want you to go back and reframe. I'm taking it all the way back to the point that I'm saying corporatist oligarchs run this country. What we just experienced with this upward transfer of wealth was a consolidation of money and power. This is why you're talking about Barry standing up for the moderates. He has to, because the majority of moderates in the White House, in on the Hill, they're all a part of one party. That's it. That's the huge issue that we as human beings have in this country. There is one party. There's one way to think. And perfect example, Joe Biden. This is how we know that he's a moderate, that he's probably more right than he is left.
His position is more left than Obama's was. Just to be clear, Joe Biden is more left.
His policy is more
left than Obama's is. As it stands.
Okay, I would say on paper he seems to be more left than Barry, but go look at the people that he's picking for his cabinet. These are war hawks. He's selecting war hawks. I told you, I said, give it a year. America will be in some kind of conflict with another nation or previous nations that we've already had conflict with.
But you're saying that as if we're not in a conflict right now. Furthermore, getting back to the whole point of this, the reason why we're talking about this, my whole thing is, once again, we're still talking about old shit with Obama. We're trying to talk about new shit. And the new shit is, we don't really care about.
It's the same old stuff.
No,
it's the same old stuff.
Even if you want to talk about oligarchs and all that shit, none of that shit means nothing to a dead black boy. And that's what we're trying to stop. And the reason why I can call this all a charade and act is because we have a video of Obama from 2009. I don't know if you know about this story. When he has I'll let the story tell itself. Let's play this real quick.
What was an ordinary dispute between a homeowner and local police has escalated into a national debate on race relations because the people involved are anything but ordinary. The police officer involved once taught a class on racial profiling. The man he arrested is one of the most prominent black scholars in America. And the scholar's friend is the President of the United States. Last night, the President said the police in Cambridge, Massachusetts acted stupidly when they arrested Henry Louis Gates in his own home. Terry Moran spent the day with the President and asked him about that comment.
I think that it doesn't make sense, with all the problems that we have out there, to arrest a guy in his own home if he's not causing a serious disturbance.
So let me explain this to you. Handling the police and telling them not to do bad things only matters when it happens to his friends and his people. Obama is right now defending his words for calling them stupid for arresting a Harvard scholar in his own home. I believe he's from Harvard. But that is this is hypocrisy at its finest. The thing that Obama doesn't understand is that he thinks he's impervious to the shit that happens to us. And he's right. He's absolutely right. He can never, for the rest of his life, he'll be able to walk around this earth, on this planet, and never be afraid of authority figures because he is the golden child. But that's not the same sanctity we have. Another thing he never will have to worry about is we have to remember, and this doesn't matter, but his father was a white man. and that white man didn't have
no. His father was black.
He was raised by a white man. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That father never had to give him the story of how things work for us. He has 2 daughters who will never experience those traumas because, once again, they carry Secret Service wherever they go. All I'm saying is, for someone who hasn't experienced trauma, he doesn't have any business telling us how to deal with it.
And again, Heero, this is a 50-something-year-old man that you're making assumptions about. You don't know what happened to him.
No. I mean, we do. Idea. His life is basically on paper.
It's impossible for us to know any kind of struggles this person has had, especially if they do not divulge them. And but
all I'm saying is, even if he doesn't,
and even Heero, I understand what you're saying, but it's a non sequitur. That has very little to do with what the point he's trying to make. If you just listen to the words he says: snappy slogans, defund the police. This route is not going to get you what you want.
But that is absolutely false, because the people who won this year won off of that platform. 113 people.
But you're telling a 2-time heavyweight champ that his position is wrong. Yeah. This is no. This is a black man that has assumed the highest position in the land, and he still has access to every government file that will ever exist or be created, and yet we know better than him how to get what it is that we want. I'm gonna call BS on that. I'm gonna say no. If I was gonna listen to any black man on how to get what it is I want out of life, I don't like Barry as a president, but I'm gonna listen to him.
And I think therein lies the problem. He is not going to be our way out of this, because
it's not about him being the way out, but he's telling you how to create a way out. It's not with this overt.
So for example, when you say defund the police, who's that supposed to scare?
Defund the police? It doesn't. I don't think it scares anyone.
It does scare somebody. That's why they're not doing it. Who does it scare?
Who? You tell me. I don't know.
Republican white people.
They have guns. Of course, they're not scared.
So why is this an argument? Why is defunding the police an argument? Why is it easy for us to say defund school, defund Medicare? Why are those acceptable things to say? Defund infrastructure, but the moment we talk about defunding the military or police, there's a up in arms.
But this is Heero. This is the point I'm trying to get you to understand. We live in a police state.
That's not answering my question. So why can't we defund them?
Why you will never be able to defund the thing that's meant to corral you. The police are here for you. The military are here for you. We know of examples of it. It's never ever going to happen in this country.
It's already happening in cities. It's already happening in New Jersey. It's already happening in California.
Listen to what I'm telling you. It is never going to fully happen in this country.
Just like how weed legalization was never going to happen, right?
Listen to what I'm saying. In this country, we live in a militarized police state. If you don't believe me, it's fine. You don't have to agree with me. I'm great. I'm good with that. But what I'm telling you is the police are here to make sure that those in power stay in power, and they levy fines and taxes against the citizenry so that they can, again, increase their wealth and decrease the resources of the people that they quote unquote police.
Okay, so basically, Eric, what you're saying is because he is pushing the notion that everyone is comfortable with, we shouldn't resist. You're saying we should just lay down and give up.
That is you again. That's putting words in my mouth. That's not what I said.
Then you should. I'm not for defunding police. I know that's not what you're saying, but I'm purposely portraying it that way because me saying that he's wrong for trying to set the standard for the new generation, we don't need that. If he isn't here to support us, if he isn't here to support us, he just needs to stay laid out.
There's no new generation. There is
a new generation.
Nancy Pelosi, full stop.
You keep talking about Nancy Pelosi as if
because
she's not going to be out of here in 2 years.
She's not going to be.
We're going to primary the fuck out of her, and she's going to be gone.
Somebody just ran against her and got demolished. Listen, bro, this person who ran against her you don't
even know her name exactly.
No, it's a dude. His name is it's a name I can't pronounce. I can't pronounce it because it's English. But this is why you listen to why you don't know. I watched an interview of him, a 30-minute interview, and the guy was great talking points. He is a progressive. And we should have done a video about him. I actually mentioned him in a live a few weeks ago. I mentioned him before all the elections went on. Anyway, he did research. He had been reaching out to several news outlets, all his local outlets. None of them would run him. He got 0.7% coverage. And guess who gave him coverage? Fox freaking News. A progressive left-wing person got the majority of the airtime that he got on Fox News. These people that I'm talking about, Obama and Pelosi and the rest of these people, are never going to let any of these progressives gain a foothold in the party. Look at Bernie. They got Bernie on the tank. They got Bernie on the back burner. Now he's back Bernie now. That's who he is. He will never ever reach a level of prominence to be able to get a mass group of people to fight. He took the wind out of the sails of the progressive movement. Moving forward to your people, the squad. Full stop. Yes, voted out loud. Signed, voted on paper for whatever Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer say. I don't care what they put on social media. I don't care what they go on TV and say. If you're in the chamber and you vote against the interests of your constituents, you're full of crap and you're a crony. And so that's exactly what they are.
All I'm asking you to do is name a policy or procedure or something that in the last 4 years that they didn't have to fall in line because it would clearly destroy and decimate their constituents. And once again, these people voting in favor of them also continue to push the idea of the notion. All I'm saying is it won't happen overnight. This administration that we have going on, Biden, is supposed to be a one-term president. That is our goal. We don't expect much from this. And that's further the reason why it's kind of vexing that he's talking as if he's going to have a role to play in the future of this.
But he does.
But he won't when the time comes.
You're making an assumption about what position will have. You don't know. This is you with wishful thinking. No, your future is progressive. It's
Biden
not going
was part
to
of
happen.
his administration is more progressive than he is now. The future is going to continue to progress.
Okay, what's today's date? Today is December 4, 2020. Mm-hmm. I will mark it 1 year from now.
Okay.
Barring any Hail Mary that Trump can pull off for a contingent election.
He's lost. He's over with this. He's not even a factor.
Listen.
And Adam, stop writing on my comments before you watch the video. Watch the video, then write on the comment section, okay?
Yeah. So, barring any Hail Marys from Trump,
like any drunk witnesses, any food
there'll be no drunk witness.
There's already been one
There's
drunk
quite a bit of.
I'm
not talking about that. I'm talking about Georgia and Michigan. There's some shenanigans going on over there. We'll see what comes out in the wash. But barring any Hail Mary attempts,
already certified, right?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Barring it, I'm telling you why. Because I literally, please don't make me get up with these little shorts that I have on and go grab my Constitution and read it to you right now because I will.
They've already certified.
It does. See, Heero, this is what I'm talking about. The majority of people in this country have never read the Constitution. Have never read it. Don't understand the way the political process was.
Even if there was some
I'm not gonna go there. Let me finish my thought. Barring a Hail Mary, what I'm saying is Joe Biden will probably be inaugurated on January 20 of next year. December, this same date next year, I would like for us to have another discussion. I'm going to mark the date on my calendar to have the discussion with Heero. All the cabinet picks that Biden selected, their background, what they supported the last 20 years politically, and it's all going to tell the same story. It's not a different candidate. It's the same dang candidate. It's the same ideology that these people have.
Like I said, let's see when the official stuff comes. But as it stands right now, on paper, he's more progressive than Obama. So that means Democrats are becoming more progressive. The younger generation is going to vote Democratic. And we're going to progressively change this.
We looked this up last time. The average age of a congressperson and a senator, I think we said it was like 60 something.
65.
That's okay. So we have another 15, 20 years before we can run those jokers out.
Or and let's be optimistic. People like me and you start kicking them out one by one. People like Cori Bush start getting into the mix.
No, the
people
only
like
way
AOC step up at 26.
And again, what change has AOC affected? She's
brought plenty of change. Katie Pointer.
She spoke her mind. She spoke in her mind a lot more than I thought she would have been allowed to do. But again,
allowed to do? What are you implying? Like she is a representative of a whole entire district. She has the right,
but she's a part of a party, and you have to toe the line.
And that is more the reason why I'm telling you, Nancy Pelosi's grip on this party will dissolve. But to my point, overall, grown folk need to stay out of kid folk situations. We are the future.
Nah.
We are the future, and
Heero
we don't need.
Hopes we are the future. Heero,
no. We are. In 15 years, these people will not matter.
No, in 15 years, these people will have all but bankrupted the majority.
You want to know
of this
something
country.
that I find interesting? Why the hell are the Democrats so against inviting the rebellion of their side? For some strange reason, Republicans have zero issue going out and inviting the MAGA crew to their rallies.
The Proud Boys, the youngins.
Yeah, why don't the
youngins showed up
doing that shit?
But this is Heero. This is not. I'm glad you asked that question because I think Keisha Soulja Boy was allowed. Nah, but see, this is the one of the best questions you've asked today. You answer your own question. Think about it. Think about all the stuff that I've said, and then you answer the question. What the question you asked is actually the answer to everything. They don't want it. They're not going to allow it to happen because they're not going to let these young people come over and flip their apple cart. See, people like you and me are about accountability. People like you and me, and I would throw AOC and the squad in there as far as the approach. Being brash, getting in your face, challenging you, calling you on your crap, saying, hey, come stand here flat-footed and give an account. That's not stuff that they want. And the peoples the companies and rich people who line these politicians' pockets are never going to let their interest die because some young pissants rolled up on them and said, hey, man, we good. We don't want that. You can miss me. You think Jeff Bezos is going to let somebody roll him out of it? Look at what AOC did with Jeff Bezos. It was a victory for her, but not for her community. Do you think Cargill, Monsanto, Purdue, Pilgrim's Pride, Green Giant, Dole, all these companies that produce our food, all these companies that produce our internet, our way of life, as we currently know it, do you think for 1 second these people are going to allow us to come on here and bulldoze? Look at YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Look at how they censored people in this election. Flat out. Do you think for 1 second whatever agenda they want done is going to happen, whether we like it or not? All they're doing is spooning us a bit of medicine, saying yes. When you were young, have you ever taken Geritol?
No, it was called Abojedi.
What it tastes like, death?
Yeah.
Exactly. Same thing with Geritol. It was a vitamin that my grandmother used to make me take when I was a kid. She used to give me a spoonful, and I used to put it in my mouth, hold it under my tongue, and just take a whole, wash it down with a whole bunch of orange juice afterwards because it was that disgusting. But my grandmother told me it was good for you. This is exactly what's happening. We keep getting spoon-fed death, except there's a little bit of arsenic in it.
The thing that I'm just saying is eventually were going to break free from their clasp, and they're going to have to either.
I love your optimism.
And this is, and I'm gonna steal this from Dave Chappelle. They can either work with us or we can just take it.
But Heero, that's the thing.
If their argument about why they won't give it to us, I don't care about it.
It doesn't matter.
If they don't
but going back
conform,
to the shout out,
we will take it.
You are willing to take it. I'm willing to take it. The majority of people are unwilling. I'll give you a perfect example. It's at a job. Everybody on the job was disgruntled with the leadership. I think you're familiar with this story. Everybody was complaining about pay, about work-life balance. And so there was a couple people at this job who got together and said, you know what? We need to rewrite the job description. We need to put demands for how we want to work and how we want to get paid in this job description. And at first, nobody listened to these two guys do this, did they?
Mm-mm.
What happened? Once they found out that jokers were willing to leave, the jokers were like, all right, cool, I'm dipping. This is a huge problem. And people kept complaining so much so that it made it all the way up to the powers that be. Then they got some traction.
Yeah, but in that process, let's be for sure, the person in the way was uprooted. Even if it meant some soldiers had to go down, the big boss was uprooted.
Yes.
Exactly. So that's fine.
Exactly. In that instance, that's how it worked out. Have you ever seen it in politics ever work that way?
Yeah. 113 people were uprooted because they didn't want to fall in line. Look how liberal the country has become. Florida allowed weed and other things. Oregon, you can go and take heroin right now and fucking film an episode of Breaking Bad at the same damn time. My thing is, if you don't have the people backing you up as a politician, you're a nobody. And Nancy Pelosi is going to have to fall in line with her constituents of the House and not the constituents of her district. Because if the House rebels, she's in trouble. She's just fortunate that people are going with the flow. But, I mean...
No, it's not that people are going with the flow, especially in Pelosi's case. Again, she's running unopposed. She is financially muscling out any competition.
So, and that's what I'm saying. Once the House, once there's more people in the House that are okay with saying no to her, she's going to have to conform. Because that's all power is. It's leverage.
See, no, the only way, and this is going to sound crazy, the only way that the Democratic Party is going to be reformed is if there's a red wave. I mean, there needs to be a serious red wave in the House and the Senate. Because you notice, people got so pissed at Trump that they showed up. It says 56% of the people that voted for Biden didn't vote for Biden because they liked him. Do you like Biden?
No.
And you voted for him. 56% said, I'm voting against Trump. Dude, how many more million people showed up for this election than showed up for the previous one?
I mean,
there were tens of millions more people.
But I mean, that's neither here or there. But like, I mean, the thing that I just want to because we can close it out and go to is all I'm saying is, regardless of whoever thinks they're in charge, there has to be a passing of power. The Republican Party didn't have a proper way of passing power, and Trump took over their party. If the Democrats don't want that to happen, they would be in their best interest to work with us. So when we say defund the police, that is us being political. That is us being politically correct. Because what we really want to say is abolish the police, and that's what we want to happen. But
why? You know what? We'll say that because we need to have a whole discussion on abolishing the police.
But neither here or there. Eric, let's close it out. Where can they find us?
Man, we going off. I thought we had something else to talk
about. I know,
but
like this is a segment.
Oh, well, they can find us right here on YouTube. Hop down in the comment section. If you go watch this live video, you see I live in the comment section. Ain't nobody really commenting right now, so I'm getting a little concerned if people are watching.
We got 4 people.
Okay, well, we got some people watching, so we good.
Engaging conversations. So
this is we're on Facebook sometimes, Instagram for sure, And we can catch us on TikTok. We'll be on TikTok soon.
TikTok. Yeah. I'm downloading TikTok. I think I'm gonna take a quick little call because we'll be back. But yeah, like, share, subscribe. Y'all know the whole routine. Thanks for identifying with us. But we're gonna be right back.
Baby.
I have a back right back.